Welcome to another day in my home, in my kitchen. Today I'm going to be making, excuse me, still coughing, beef stew with cheesy Marmite dumplings. We're going to have that for our dinner this evening, and I'm going to get started on it now so it can free me up to change over that dresser to make it a little more wintry. So I'm going to start off. I've got some diced beef. This is, I think, 500 grams, which is just enough for my hungry family. I'm gonna try and open it, but I can't. I'm gonna get a little knife. And then I'm gonna get this flour, my flour shaker, and I'm going to sprinkle that all over the top, along with some salt. And then some pepper. And then I don't like using my hands, so I'm going to get the spoon. Just give all that, don't need to change your bowl, just keep it all in here. Give it a good, get rid of that grim bit of paper. Oh, I just dropped it. Just going to go put that in the bin. Where was I? Okay, and give all this a good toss. And then go back in again with your flour. Be quite liberal with that because that'll help thicken your stew later. And again with your salt and your pepper. So you just want to make sure everything is nicely coated. You can do this again if you feel like it needs it. And then we are going to brown off our meat. So I've got a cast iron here because that can go in the hob and in the oven. So let's turn on the heat. You want it reasonably high, and then I'm going to go in with some rapeseed oil. And then when that comes to the heat, you want to start frying this off till all sides are golden brown in batches. Okay, now the oil is nice and hot, I put a tiny little bit of beef in, and you can hear it sizzling, so that's how I know it's at the right temperature. I'm going to go in, using my spoon again, with a few bits of the beef. There we go. Now you don't want to crowd the pan because this will reduce the temperature of your pan. So just go in with a few bits, like so. One more for luck. And then they won't take long, just turn them over so you get an even colour on all sides. Oh, and try not to let the beef spit at you and burn you. Takes about maybe a minute aside. If it's getting a bit too hot, you can turn the heat down again. Okay, once the meat has browned on all sides, get yourself a little bowl and pop it all in there. Wonderful. And then you can go in with your next little beef and continue doing this till you've browned off your whole batch. Okay, so all that meat has now browned off beautifully. So basically you just want to cook it till you can't see any more red. I'll just show you. Is that in focus? I can never tell. So I need to wear glasses. I'm going to assume that's in focus. Okay, the next thing you want to do is finely slice your onions. What I always do is pop my onions in the freezer for a few minutes before I want to slice them, because that will freeze the moisture inside. And if you're like me and you cry like a baby when you cut onions, this prevents that happening to an extent. I still cry. So I'm just going to go retrieve my onions. Oh, I nearly stood on my dog. There we are, 2 lovely onions. So I'm just going to chop those up now. Oh, I've turned off the heat on that because we don't need it for a moment, but we don't want to clean it out. We want to leave all those beautiful meat juices and that oil in there because this will make for a most delicious stew. So I'm just going to grab myself a chopping board. So I'm going to chop those up now, but I'm not going to film it because my chopping skills are terrible and sometimes the internet are really mean to me. So see you in a sec. Okay, so my onions are now all nicely chopped up, like finely sliced. So I'm going to turn the heat back on low, and then I'm going to pop all my onions in. There we are. So I'm just gonna grab my salt again. Just gonna go back in with a tiny bit more salt. Because what that will do is it will release the moisture in the onions. So that's lovely, that's what we want. Get myself a spoon. And then coat them all in those lovely meat juices. I'm trying to keep like a smidge, I think. So now you just want to leave them to fry on low for as long as you possibly can. I'm gonna aim for about 20 minutes, just giving them an occasional stir. They'll go really soft, really translucent, and just beautiful. They're really cooked down, and along with the flour that you put on the beef earlier, that will help you have a really lovely thick stewy gravy. Perfect. So they're all nicely coated now. Can you hear like a gentle simmer? That's all you need. So I'm gonna make myself another cup of tea, tidy up all the mess that's out of shot, and I'll just stir them as I go, and I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Turn it down a bit. Yeah, perfect. Right, it's been 20 minutes and the onions have cooked down beautifully. They're golden and they're caramelized, and because I added the salt to bring out that moisture, that has lifted all like the cooked on meat bits at the bottom. So that is what's giving them this beautiful golden brown colour. So now I've chopped up some carrots. My carrots were massive, so I've stopped at like 1.5. They're gonna go in. There we go. I'm gonna mix those in and see if I feel like I need more. No, that looks good. I actually forgot to buy celery, and normally I put celery in this. My husband hates it, so he'll be glad it's not in there. However, you can't really taste it as celery, but it does give the dish a slightly different and I think better taste. So we'll survive without it. I'm sort of mixing that through just to get all those carrots coated and all the lovely goodness, and then I'm going to go back in with my beef. There should hopefully be some beautiful resting juices in the bottom of that, and you want to get those in too. Oh, I wish I did a close-up so you could see all of that coming out. Beautiful. Let's get all that in. Oh, the dog's got excited. He's coming over. Give that a mix. Just get everything all coated. Let them get to know each other. Beautiful. And then you just want to cover it with some hot water. So I boiled the kettle. I boiled it just a second ago to make another cup of tea. So that's going to go in, and I just want to cover everything. Oh, perfect. It's like I knew. Right, let's give that one more mix. And you don't need stock for this. I'll do a close-up in a sec, but because you've cooked down your onions beautifully and you've fried off your meat at the beginning, you've already made the most beautiful stock. So I'll add a little close-up shot of that maybe now. It'll be right there. And yeah, I'm gonna bring this to the boil, and then, oh, I didn't preheat the oven. I never preheat the oven. And then you want to put this in the oven for, yeah, I know. My dog's getting annoyed, so I'm ignoring him. Come here then, up you come. Hello, look. There's so much going on up there, Mom. Can I get back on with my cooking? There's nothing for you to eat right now. Okay, he's gonna stay. So you want to, I can't remember what I said. So you want to put that in the oven at about 160 now for about an hour and a half. Once that's come to the boil, or down. Every time we put Rafa down, he like rediscovers his tail and chases after it. It's so weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go in for the third time and say this. I have no idea what I'm editing out, but if I've kept this in, I've tried to say this 3 times now. So you want to put this in your oven at about 170. Shut up, dog! Chuck it in the oven at 170 for about an hour and a half, and then we'll bring it back out. In the meantime, while that's in the oven, I'm gonna make a start on my winter, not Christmas, winter dresser. Okay, so this is my current dresser. It is all set for sort of Halloween, and I'm not gonna go full Christmas yet, but I am going to go a little bit more wintry. So first of all, I think I'm going to show you my Christmas cupboard, where I keep all my Christmassy festive bits. 2 seconds. So I always get asked, where do I keep all my bits and bobs? Well, mainly in here. I mean, hi dog. So I'll show you, ready? Oh my goodness, just look. Look at this goodness. It smells amazing in here because I keep Christmas candles in there as well. So yeah, I'm gonna clean that dresser first. Is it good sniffs, Angel? Yeah, I'm gonna clean my dresser first and then I'm gonna start to bring some of this out. Right, so the dresser's had a good clean and dried off, and I've cleaned all the dishes that needed to be done with hot soapy water. And this is the look that I think I'm gonna go for. So I'm gonna try and see if I can make a beautiful dresser out of these bits. The urge to decorate for Christmas right now is unreal. I feel like I kind of like that almost as it is. This bottom section needs some work, so I'm going to go back to the cupboard and see what I can find. The dresser's getting there, but I'm at the logistical nightmare of where to put everything else now. So, ooh, which way? Ah! That dresser needs some love. But I've just found these, so they're going to go out. Done a little bit of avocado on toast for my lunch, so I'm going to eat that. Then I need to attend to the stew again. And then I'll carry on. Okay, so I've had my lunch, finished my dresser, put away most of the clutter, so I'll show you in a sec. But first of all, we need to add our pearl barley to the stew. Mine's over there, I couldn't find it then. So take that lid off. I'll insert a little clip just there, showing you what it should look like. So I'm gonna give it a little stir. Smells incredible. So I've got my pearl barley. This has so many wonderful health benefits. It's full of fiber and it can help reduce cholesterol, so it's full of goodness. We're gonna add a little bit of that in here. I will link the recipe below. I eyeball everything, but I have done this properly one time and weighed out everything for you. So yeah, that's just down below. So I'm just going to mix that in. Now what this pearl barley will do is drink up a lot of the liquid. So you want to add a, oh, I just spilled some. You want to add a smidge more in to compensate for that. Right, lid on, back in the oven, and then I can show you. Be right back. I need to open the oven door. And here she is. Do you know what I've just thought though? What I might do is turn these the other way and then whoop, turn you as well. That's for our local football team. Oh, there must be blue tack there, so that can stay. And then on Christmas morning, I can turn them back around again. I'm so pleased. And then in here, I'm not in love with this, I won't lie. However, so that's what this is looking like now. These are pretty much just all Christmas plates. I have these and then my Emma Bridgewater underneath. I still need to sort them. Oh, close that. That's a clutter cupboard. Those beautiful plates have come out. And yeah, I'm really pleased. Super, super pleased. Right, that stew's in the oven now for another few hours. It's cooking away beautifully, so I'm gonna do some tidying up. I haven't made the beds or anything yet. Make myself another cup of tea and yeah, I'll pop back a bit later on. Oh my god, I love it so much. Also at Christmas I am going to add more, and I have another whole dresser to do yet. I've got loads of Christmas bits which aren't out, and I want to put like Christmas decorations in it too, so I'm going to hold off even though I want to do more. Just got back from the school run, and this is how the stew is looking. So as you can see, the pearl barley has absorbed all of that moisture. So when we make our dumplings in a minute, we'll just need to put a bit more water back in. And I'm just going to start making the dumplings now. So there's salt and pepper in there, flour, and a little tip is to grate your butter. So I'm just going to make those dumplings now. I think I cut myself... Sophia's singing in the background. So I cut myself off a bit there. I've made the cheesy Marmite dumplings, so they just need to go into here, which I have added more water to with a sprinkle of cheese on top, and then that's ready to go back in the oven. So I've got Sophia's get into some better lighting. I've got Sophia's parents' evening in a minute, so I'm going to leave that to my husband to do while I'm up there, and then hopefully that'll be ready by the time I come home. So I will see you then.
So you want that more than you want the TV?
And there we are, fresh out of the oven. So I'm just going to serve it up now and then enjoy. I also just set my oven glove on fire. Oops.